What is up, everybody? Here we go, Titan Arena, game number 4, Cursed Hollow. We have got Tempo Storm versus C9 Maelstrom, and it looks like C9's got command of this series. They are up 2-1, I believe. But meanwhile, let's go ahead and see what we've got for our hero selection. We've got Dreadnought on Rhaegar, Soldier on Diablo, Arthalon on ETC, Laurung on Vala, Kaya on Sergeant Hammer, 14 Tempo, and on Team C9 Maelstrom. We've got King Caffeine on Tassadar, Dunk Train on Tyrande, iDream on Asmodan, and K1 Pro on Nazebo, Biceps on Uther. Biceps loving his Uther. I gotta tell you, I've played some Uther. I made an Uther video. His Divine Storm, when combined with Sprint and some other heroes that have great synergy with the kind of AoE heroic like Divine Storm, very, very good stuff. So meanwhile, we're going to see 2 in the mid lane for both teams here. Actually 3, as K1 Pro is going to bring us Nazebo mid. And Nazebo, Asmodan, good picks here for solo pushing, and solo pushing is really good on this map because it is so big. It's really hard to go gank a guy who is pushing by himself, as he has enough time to kind of do his business and then get out of dodge before the cavalry comes. So we've got Dunk Trainer Arthalon here in the bot lane. We've got iDream and Glaurung in the mid lane, and then we've got King Caffeine rotating top to support his teammates Bicep K1 Pro against KI, Dreadnought, and Soldier. So tri-lane top for both teams, and that's very interesting. Personally, for me, I like to start off both this map and Garden of Terror tri-laning the mid lane. That way you can rotate to the Tribute or the Terror, regardless of which one your team wants to take. If it's the Terror, or where it spawns, if it's the Curse, which it is in this case. So a little bit of action happening top, but just a little bit of harass, really, nothing too serious, although Dreadnought's going to get caught up. He's Rhaegar, and Rhaegar just doing Rhaegar things, hitting that Q key and getting those heals on. So actually Valagor's gonna go ahead and dodge the basketball from Asmodan. And Dunk Train still spamming that vision, making sure all of the ducks are in a line for his opponents. That's one thing you want to do as Tyrande. You want to just always grab vision, and it's really good on this map because you have the bosses that spawn, you have the tributes, the map is huge, you can see where the team's rotating, and meanwhile they're going to be in perfect position. Both teams are to actually contest this tribute, as they both were tri-laning top. And that tribute's going to go down. So I believe I explained this tribute, or this map already, I feel. But for those of you who don't know, you want to gather the tributes. When you have 3, the enemy team is cursed, which means their turrets don't fire, and their minions have one health. So it gives you a lot of pushing potential. I believe it lasts for a minute, and it's very, very good. And actually, Soldier's going to yank King Caffeine in there, but he's going to get away because he's Tassadar, and that's what Tassadar does, man. He's a Protoss. He's a slippery snake, he is. And meanwhile, Dreadnought just trying really, really, really hard to capture this tribute. It's just not happening for him. He's going to get stunned from the Dunk Train, the Owl, and Dunk Train's actually making his way up. He's like so sick of it. He's like, man, do I just have to go out there and really flare somebody so you guys get this tribute? Meanwhile, Vala goes down, and that should actually secure the tribute. Vala being down for 10 seconds should give them enough breathing room for C9 to grab this tribute here, so very good stuff here. And they might just push their advantage here in the top lane. Yeah, Tyrande's gonna head back. Dunk Train's heading back bot. gonna hit ETC, because ETC, there you go. This is what ETC can do. It's only 4 minutes into the game. Look at this lane already. He's got a turret down. ETC solo push is insane. And it's weird because he's just a tanky guy with some like AoE ability and a kind of crappy heal, and he's a melee champion. You know, he doesn't really. It's crazy, but it's like you wouldn't think it, but he's actually really good. I actually underestimated ETC when I first started playing this game. I thought he was just like the worst hero ever. But it looks like they're gonna do some zoning here. Tempo is of C9, but C9's actually gonna walk their way right back to the tribute spawn. And Tempo Storm's gonna go ahead and pick this one up. It's gonna go on oh, is it? No? Does he? Oh! Almost, but the spiders are gonna interrupt. And now it's a 2v4, and Tempo Storm can't contest this. And that's a tribute. That's a free tribute there for C9. All they had to do was walk in and take it. That was just really surprising. I thought it was going to go the complete other way around. Meanwhile, Bicep's just lurking in the bush, getting that XP coming out. I don't know what that. I thought he was going to go right onto Hammer there with a Hammer of Justice, but he just kind of tricked me. He's actually switched to the other bush now. And now he comes in. Here comes the Hammer of Justice, but actually Kaya is onto him. And he's going to zone himself away. He's going to be safe. So that tri-lane pushing top now for C9. Meanwhile, Tempo Storm rotating down. It looks like they're headed to their boss. They're going to do the level 10 boss. And as you see here, general stuff. You got the Hammer trait build. You got the multi-shot from Bella. Ancestral from Rhaegar. Just everything looking pretty normal so far. Ravenous from the Zebo. Actually got the Mule. Mule's actually pretty good on this map because your curses and the minions are what really kind of affects you for the most part. Now obviously you've got your bosses, your bruises, and your sieges as well, but anyway, we got a big fight here, and that's gonna go. That's a lot of ultimate right there. Not ultimate. That's a lot of heroic from Diablo. A lot of fire. Meanwhile, C9's going to back off here as Tempo's going to take level 11. And this is the first time I feel like I've seen Tempo in the lead in a game where they're looking like they're feeling pretty good about it, and they're actually going to grab their boss. And C9's going to do something that they didn't do in the first game, and that's they're actually just going to go down and contest this even though they're behind. They're not actually going to go take theirs. But now it looks like they want to go take. Uther is actually going top. Okay, so the rest are gathering mid, so their boss is still up for grabs. And Tempo Storm does have vision of it. Doesn't see anyone there, so they're going to make the call. This boss is going to come down. Dunk Train can't defend this boss by himself. Meanwhile, the boss top here is the next objective on the map that is going to be contested. And the reason that I know that is because the boss and the siege camp are the only thing that's up right now. So apart from pushing lanes, those are the two objectives, and the boss is always more important than the siege camp, virtually in all cases. Meanwhile, Glaron getting zoned out by the Tassadar wall. Tass not going Archon here. And that Strafe is going to do a lot of damage, and the Zebo's going to go down, so there is another kill for Tempo Storm. They've got 2. And this might be a boss family. Okay, so KO's going to siege up in that bush, just like I was about to say. And this should be an easy boss for them. Diablo doesn't want to get rooted, but he does actually get rooted. But Tass and Uther are just not enough here to contest. However, Asmodan with the basketball going Julius Erving from downtown. And a tribute spawns too, so Tempo Storm, I gotta tell you, everything is going their way right now. A boss and then a tribute to make it 2 out of 3. So next trib is going to be the first team curse of the game, and that's probably going to be around 10 minutes. And if we're lucky, maybe Tempo Storm will get to 16 before that happens, but I don't think that's going to happen. They are doing some work though. They're pushing this down. Meanwhile, ETC solo pushing top. No, he doesn't even care. There's like 4 of them there. He's like, yo, whatever. You guys bring it on, man. I'll just power slide away. What are you gonna do? They're actually rotating mid now. C9 is to defend their sad little turret that's probably not gonna. Oh, it's just barely gonna survive. They need to put a mule down on that thing. And meanwhile, okay, it's gonna come down here and get some more XP, and they are about halfway into 14 now. So as far as their talents go, oh, look at that! Damn, there they are. He's got the healing surge, spell shield on Diablo. Very interesting choice. Uber Rockstar, Frost Shot, multi-shot build. There's the trait build again from Hammer. Tasked with the Shrink Ray. Wonder who he's actually going to use that on. That'd be interesting to see. Who would he use that on? Probably Vala, I would imagine. Let's look at the stats here right now. Actually, Hammer's got the most damage. Vala is very close. So sprint's being taken for Uther and Nazilo. That's pretty legit. That zombie wall's going to trap Diablo, but off or not. And looks like Tempo Storm's going to take this fort and this tower. And they are halfway into level 15. And the red team curse is well underway. Let's see what Tempo's going to decide to do with it. Actually really pushing this top lane hard. They are split pushing though. This is something that's really good to do on Cursed Hollow, just because the minions help you so much more as they're not getting shot at by the turrets, and all the enemy minions only have 1 HP, so wave clearing is really easy, especially if you can have a multi-shot. You can wipe out a whole wave of minions in a second. So meanwhile, trying to mount a defense here at 16-14 in the favor of Tempo Storm here, and they might just try and close this out right here. A lot of damage going down on KO, but he is sitting in the healing ward. He actually burns his thrusters.
Gather tribute.
They're going to grab this vision. They're going to want to make sure that the tribute that spawns next goes into their hands. They're not going to want to give C9 a curse here, because that's how C9 can get back into this game. They are going to take their bruisers.
Kneel before the Lord of Terror.
As an Uther just hang in middle, the bruisers go to Tempo Storm. And it looks like C9 Maelstrom's decided to group mid here. It is getting to be about that time where you don't want to be caught out in the open by yourself, because you will get nuked if you get hit by 1 or 2 heroes. Just depends on who you run into. Meanwhile, C9 playing this really conservative. Just not trying to force the issue here. They're down 2 levels. They want the experience to come to them. They are going to take this vision. They might be thinking about trying to contest this boss, but it looks like this might just be a free boss for Tempo Storm. And there goes the owl. They're going to see it. The sentinel. I just like calling it the owl. Lots of owls. Owls in Hearthstone, owls in WoW. And there's that boss from Tempo Storm. So more XP coming the way for Tempo Storm. And they're just going to back off and just take some lane out. I was going to say, take some lane XP out of mid. And now this tribute's up, and C9 is faced with a task. Do they take the boss? They got to defend the boss here. They can't go get trib, so that should be a free tribute on for Tempo Storm, unless they're just going to wait for this boss, which they are. And they're actually, oh man, the Sentinel goes out and sees no one there, so now they know that they're going to be a vision. But ETC is going to grab this trib, and then he's going to stage dive, provided that he has it, which he should do if he's doing this move, and he does. So the stage dive should come in at any minute once an engage starts to happen here. But it looks like they're just going to take the boss, and that's going to be it. So ETC won't have to burn his stage dive yet, so he'll stay at the bottom of the map, take vision, and Tempo's actually going to take these bruisers. So Tempo Storm has total map control. They're not giving anything up. And this is an incredibly dominant game 4. Most likely going to go to a game 5. And I gotta tell you, I am actually I've calmed down a little bit just by the way that these guys play. It's to see what they do. It's pretty amazing to see a team kind of do everything that even a good Heroes player while watching should be thinking about doing. But they're in the game and they're doing it, and that's what's important. I mean, the only thing they've missed is a siege camp here, and that siege isn't even that important, given that they're already 2 levels up. They've got a curse. They've had a team curse already, which I wish you could actually see how many map mechanics the team has gotten as a whole. It would just be another thing to gauge, actually, to gauge a match, but it would be informative, I think. And meanwhile, this hover siege is just so ridiculously stupid. Like, he just sits there and just does it all day long. You just can't get close to the team. Hammer's just that good, especially when you build Hammer with all the traits. But yeah, the hover siege, which comes to level 16, is very, very good. Virtually all the talents. There's at least one talent for every champion at 16 that is just absolutely amazing, and kind of changed the way the game plays and feels a little bit after 16. You know, Nazebo has his specialized poison. I forget what it's called, but it's his level 16 talent, which basically does more damage to heroes. And here's that tribute. So 2-2. So giving up those free tributes because they didn't really have a choice now. C9 way behind. They need this tribute. They're 2 levels down. They've already been cursed. Another curse is going to basically at least get 1, maybe 2 keeps here, provided on the way that Tempo Storm wants to play it. And they may just get this curse, get 20, and just push a keep and then GG. So we'll see. But meanwhile, the team fight goes down. Diablo's ultimate hits, and he's going to spray that fire in the Starfall. And he doesn't care because he's a tank. He never dies. It's just like rock and roll. The Ravenous Spirit goes down. The Zebo finally gets stunned. Not really able to do that much with Ravenous Spirit. Meanwhile, the Strafe going down. Asmodan's actually going to go down. And the Lunar Flare dodged by Galrung. So good dodge there. And Tempo Storm's just going to push their advantage on this fight. ETC's going to... Oh, God. The Diablo ETC just bouncing Tyrande around like just couldn't do anything. The curse drops. The bruiser on their side is up. They might not even need it. They're just pushing this top lane super hard. Taking the fights. K1 Pro's going to go down. Biceps probably going to get away. Maybe. And that core is under attack. And this is going to be GG. The lightning breath. I would say it's more fire breath than lightning breath, honestly. The lightning breath on the core pretty much seals the deal. When you're burning your ultimate on the core, you know it's GG. So there we are. We're going to have a game 5 here, folks. You're going to hear me say game 4 of the video, and the reason that you're going to hear me is because as I was watching the match and recording it, I said game 4, and that's because it was labeled game 4. No, this was game 4. Game 5 coming up between C9 and Tempo Storm, the Titan Arena Finals. Go ahead, like, sub, follow, retweet, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch. You guys want me to do a video, something you want to see, let me know, and I'll be sure to do it for you. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Stay tuned for game 5, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.